All right, welcome back. Time to talk about the girls' side. Y-High, they snuck up on us. I'm going to admit it. We were so preoccupied with Decatur, Kent Island, and Parkside, we just forgot about the Tribe until the end of the season.
No, the Tribe have been pretty good, 17-3, and again, they beat Decatur for their senior night, and now they're the 3 seed. Tonight, they hosted North Carolina. Let's see if their regular season success could carry over to the playoffs. Now, they were at home, and Malaya Phillips passing it off. She's going to be there for the miss and the putback, and she puts it up and in. The Bulldogs off to an early lead. But Selah Foreman was at it again for the Tribe. The freshman killer, finishing with the left hand. She is going to be a dominant player in the Bayside for years to come. She is already. She starts to come back.
All right, Foreman leading the transition game. There's the finish at the rim. Y-High gathers themselves and in full control. North Carolina not done yet. Celia Garrison for 3. Valiant effort by the Bulldogs tonight, but Y-High just too much. Led by Foreman. The Tribe win this one 51-38, and they're going to be tough to beat in the next few years as well, led by Foreman. All right, Parkside hosting Queen Anne's now. A rough start for the Rams, who had a stellar 15-4 record this season at home. 6 points in the first quarter. 14 total in the first half. They didn't show up. But here's Zion Oji with the rejection. Oji getting it done on the other end as well. 16 points overall. A critical force for the Rams' comeback efforts. Oji leading all Parkside scorers tonight. Diamond Dixon adding 14 points for the Rams, who erase a 5-point second-half deficit as Parkside recovers from a sloppy start to defeat Queen Anne's. Head coach Warren White is happy to get the win, but knows that he will need a better effort, more consistent effort, and a cleaner brand of basketball coming up next week.
Well, I expect us to play better than we played tonight. That was one thing. We had a good practice week, but tonight in this game, this was just not our first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters. That wasn't Parkside basketball. But they dug down and got back into it, and we pulled out a win. But we can't come into the playoffs playing like this, and we got to do better. Our off-ball players, when we tell them that we're playing too off of, giving them a chance to get it, she stopped them, but then we let people go by us. We've got to do better than that in our coverage off the ball.
So, yeah, obviously he has a lot of things that he wants to work on when they match up with Kent Island on Monday. Again, that's the top-seeded, undefeated Kent Island Bucks, who also won the Bayside championship last week against Decatur. Now, obviously, you see on your screen that Easton will also be facing off against Y-High. Y-High is going to have to travel to Easton for that game.
Right. So this is going to be I don't know how interesting Kent Island versus Parkside is. Kent Island's one of the best team, probably the best team in the Bayside. I mean, they destroyed Decatur in the Bayside Championship. But Easton, I'll be interested to see how Easton Y-High does. I think Y-High thought that they deserved the 2nd seed over Easton. They both had 17-3 records this season. All right, the Clippers, the Bennett Clippers season coming to an end at Chesapeake. So that sets up a 3A matchup between Decatur and Crofton. And those two will battle it out in Berlin coming up on Monday.
Yeah, but Decatur is also very good as well. Again, they only lost to they only lost to Kent Island by 10 in the Bayside Championship, and they're a team that's also very deep as well. So we'll see how they do in that game against Crofton.
All right, North Dorchester falling to Pocomoke 53-24. Snow Hill dominating Mardella tonight. Don't have any final scores from Crisfield, Washington, and Kent County versus Perryville. But Colonel Richardson will play Patterson Mill next week in the next round, and 2-seed Cambridge and 7-seed St. Michael's will take the floor coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of high school basketball. Again, one of the greatest times of the year. Now, we went from record-breaking high temperatures to the possibility of snow. I'm not happy about that at all, Brandon.
You know what? I think a lot of people are getting sick because of this weather.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Rich Werdzik for a look at our weekend forecast. He's going to tell us what's going on. Plus, Salisbury City Administrator Julia Gland stepping away from her position after being called to serve in Governor Moore's administration. The details when we come back.
I'm Carly Venables from Laurel Basketball. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.